Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense.
Factor of a number. So you've learned how to create multiplication problems. For example, 3 times 2 equals 6. And you've also learned that the 3 and the 2 are considered factors, and the product is the answer. So factors are the numbers that you multiply together. So in order to find the factors of a number, it's basically unmultiplying. For example, finding the factors of 6 would equal 3 times 2. So the factors of 6 are 3 and 2. Now, when finding the factor of a number, you can find a factor, or it may ask you to find all the factors of a number. For example, if we look at the number 6, we know that 2 times 3 equals 6, and we also know that 1 times 6 equals 6. So the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So very simply, it's just unmultiplying all the multiplication problems that equal 6. Now, one key thing to notice here is that 1 times any number is itself. So 1 and the number is always a factor. Okay, let's see what it's like to try to find factors. A really useful thing for finding factors is a multiplication chart. And here's a simple multiplication chart only going from 1 to 9. So let's, for example, factor the number 16. So what you can do is start with 1. First of all, we know that 1 works. So 1 doesn't go clear up to 16, but we know that we have 1 times 16. And then 2, if you go over here, here's 16. So we know that 2 times 8 equals 16. So remember, we've done 1, we've done 2, and we've also done 8 because 2 times 8 is 16. 3 does not factor in to 16. There's no number we can multiply 3 by to get 16. 4 is right here, which is 4 times 4. There's another factor. So we got 4. 5 does not divide into 16. 6 does not, and 7 does not. So these are all the factors of 16, which are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. We do not have to write the 4 down twice because it's the same number. So the factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Now, you might ask why I want to do this. Well, you're going to learn in the next video how helpful it is to know the factors of a number. So we'll explore that next one. So let's go ahead and try another one. First, I want to show you 16. I want to show you another way. Let's suppose you do not have a multiplication chart. So you could write the number down, and then you can make a T-chart. And you could start by multiplying all the numbers. I always start with 1 because I know 1 is a factor. So 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and I can just think in myself. 3 is not a factor. 4 is a factor. 5, 6, 7. We already have 8, and that's it. So those are the factors of 16. So you can either use a multiplication chart or you can use this T-chart. Either one will work. So let's try another one just for practice. Let's try a little bit bigger one. Let's try the number 24. Again, right away, you know the number 1 will work. And you know that number 2, since this is an even number, you know that 2 times 12. You may already know a lot of them by heart. But if you think about it, you really only have to check the numbers up through half of the number. So half of 24 is 12. So I need to check the numbers 1 through 12. 3 multiplies by 8 to get 24. 4 multiplies by 6 to get 24. 5 doesn't work. We already have 6. 7 doesn't work, there's 8. 9 doesn't work, 10 doesn't work, 11 doesn't work, and we have 12. So we know we're done. So the factors of 24 are, you would just list them all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. And you can see those have a lot of factors. Now, I want to show you that just because a number is large does not mean it has a lot of factors. So one more real quick, we are going to factor the number 14. Well, we know 1 and 14, and the only other multiplication problem is 2 times 7. So the factors of 14 are 1, 2, 7, 14. Okay, and lastly, there's a lot of special factors. For example, 3, the only factor is 1 and 3. 11, the only factor is 1 times 11. Or we can even say like 31, the only factors of 31 is 1 and 31. So there are a list of special numbers whose factors are only 1 and itself. Okay, so keep that in mind, and next we'll learn how to use factors of a number.